This past Sunday at Holy Family Parish in East Taunton, Deacon Kevin Gingras preached on the gospel passage that many of us are familiar with. You know, the one with Martha and Mary, that famous one where Martha becomes so frustrated as she's doing all the work while her sister, Mary, sits in the presence of Jesus, enjoying every moment and listening to his every word. Well, Deacon Kevin reminded us that there is a time and place for visiting, also a time and place for service, and that both are necessary goods, but time and place are things that we need to consider. I think that Jesus is trying to teach both the mother and James and John a similar lesson, but there's even more to his message today. And because Jesus is the master teacher, what he does is amazing in that he asks both of them, James and John, but also the mother, an important question. And in this question, what he does is he draws them into an understanding that they're all to ponder. Jesus asks them, "What do you wish?" They respond. And then he says to them, "You do not know what you're asking for." What Jesus is trying to help them do in this asking of the question, in drawing them all in, is to help them understand that by asking to sit at his left and his right is not what they are really after. What will really satisfy them is not a spiritual honor. It's not something that can be bestowed upon them because their well-intentioned mother got to Jesus first. That's not it. Jesus brings this home by telling them that now is not the time. Now is not the time for sharing in honors with him, and it is not the place on earth. Instead, he asks a very important question: can you drink the chalice that I must drink? And once again, Jesus draws them in. He engages them with an enticing offer. On one hand, it unites them to Jesus, something that they've come to value so much in their travels with him. But on the other hand, it reminds them that it will entail service and sacrifice to the point of giving their lives. By this one question, Jesus exhorts and draws them into the very model of his life. He draws them into wanting and doing the will of the Father, one that means that giving their lives, one that focuses on service rather than honor. Jesus makes it really clear to them. Now is the time for work. Now is the time for service on earth, right here and right now. And of course, just like in our families, their special request doesn't go unanswered, or unnoticed, I should say, by the other 10. Just like with Martha's frustration, the other 10 become indignant. How often does this happen with both our young and grown brothers and sisters in our families? How often do people get frustrated or jealous, even in our parish families or communities, when it even comes to spiritual or church matters? By James and John answering Jesus' question, "Can you drink the chalice that I am going to drink?" By their answer, "We can." Those two words allowed them to continue their journey with Jesus. Though they didn't know what it would entail, they began a new part of their walk. They have no idea of what will be asked in particular, and nor do we. But together, along with the others, they made an important decision, as we need to do today as well, and that is for following Jesus today. And in doing so, they begin the transformation of their feelings and their desires. John, who wanted to be first, would learn to defer to Peter in the preaching and the doing the miracles. And his brother James, was inspired to leave behind his human goals and became the first apostle to share in the martyrdom of drinking that chalice of Jesus. My brothers and sisters, even when we don't know what we are truly asking for in prayer, the same loving Jesus is asking each of us the same question that he asked James and John and their mother. What do you wish? What a great place to begin a family talk in our homes, one that can lead to prayer in what we wish from Jesus today. And we do so not as individuals seeking our own honor and glory, but as members of the mystical body of Christ, beginning at home. May God bless you all and your families on this holy day.